Alright guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to Beyond the Box Score. Week number 6 of the NFL is here, and that means it's time for the full Sunday slate breakdown. We're diving into every single matchup, giving out sides, totals, and a few player props that stand out along the way. And, as always, keep an eye on the pinned comment. That's where you'll find all of my final plays and updates before kickoff. Everything's completely free, so if you want to roll with me this week, it's all right there. Last week was electric. We went 11-2 in the Sunday slate video. Absolute heater. Not saying we'll match that again, because 11-2 is hard to top, but we'll take the momentum and see what we can do with it. So, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and drop your favorite Sunday picks in the comments. The goal here isn't just to share plays, it's to help the community find some winners together. Let's get into it. Jets vs. Broncos to start. The Jets are still winless, while Denver's coming off that wild fourth quarter comeback against the Eagles. The line's sitting at Broncos -7.5, and honestly, that's a bit too rich. The Jets run a ton of inside zone, and Denver's defense is bottom half against that scheme. I think New York can keep this close. So, Jets plus 7.5 for me, but the stronger look is the under 43.5. The Jets' defense has been a mess, allowing 31.4 points per game, but look who they've faced. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Miami, and Dallas, all top-tier offenses. Denver's offense doesn't scare me, even though their defense is elite. Second in points allowed, 5th vs the run, 8th vs the pass. I'm expecting a slow, defensive game, so under 43.5 is the look here. Next, we've got Rams vs. Ravens. Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers are both questionable, and I've been saying for weeks, the Rams are underrated. Yeah, they lost 26-23 to the Niners last week, but they're built to bounce back. Baltimore's defense has been leaky. They've given up 40+ to Buffalo, 44 to Houston, and sit near the top of the league in points allowed. The only team that didn't torch them was Cleveland. I think Matt Stafford and the Rams offense put up a number here, especially since the Ravens aren't generating much pressure, the one thing that normally disrupts Stafford. The line's around Rams plus 7.5, but I'm looking more at their team total over 23.5 or 24.5 if you're brave. Also love Kyren Williams over 58.5 rushing yards. Baltimore is 31st in yards per carry allowed versus man, duo schemes, which is exactly what the Rams run. Perfect matchup. Before we keep rolling, if you haven't yet, check out the Beyond the Box Score NFL dashboard. It's a full data tool built in-house. Rushing schemes, defensive metrics, player prop matchups, all in one place. Go to beyondtheboxscore.com, click the Members tab, and hop into the NFL dashboard. It's $6.99 a month, and if you get in now, you're locked in at that price for life. Alright, back to the games. Cowboys vs. Panthers. This line is moving like crazy. We've seen 3.5, 2.5, back to 3. Feels like people are backing Carolina, which I don't fully get. Dallas has scored 40+ in 2 of their last 4, 37+ in 3 of their last 4, and Doc's playing at a high level. Carolina's defense is healthier, but they still rank last in pressure rate and third lowest in blitz rate. I'll lean Dallas -3, but it does feel a bit trappy. Also like Dallas team total over since they're averaging 30.2 points per game. Carolina hasn't faced an offense this good. Their best opponent so far has been Miami. Also, keep an eye on Jake Ferguson. Carolina's been terrible defending tight ends. Next up, Colts vs. Cardinals. Colts laying 7.5, total 46.5. Don't be fooled by Arizona's defensive ranking, 4th in points allowed. At 19.2 per game. That number's inflated. They've faced New Orleans, Carolina, Seattle, Tennessee, and a banged-up San Francisco. The Colts are averaging over 30 points per game, and I think they'll handle this easily. I like Colts minus 7.5, maybe a moneyline parlay piece. Expect a lower total game. Something like 27-13 feels right, staying well under 46.5. Jaguars vs. Seahawks is a sneaky one. Jacksonville's riding high after that win over Kansas City, but I think Seattle's the sharper side. Seattle's defense is better than KC's, and their scheme lines up well against Trevor Lawrence, who's been inconsistent against zone-heavy teams. Jacksonville runs zone at the third highest rate, and Sam Darnold is significantly better versus zone, 79.3% completion, than man, 58.5%. I like Seattle minus 1.5 or pick 'em. Also considering a Jacksonville team total under. Quick shout out. If you haven't used Novig, it's a peer-to-peer betting exchange where you can often grab plus 103 lines on plays that are minus 115 elsewhere. Huge value long-term. Check the link in the description. Next, Chargers vs. Dolphins. This one's wild. The lines bounced between 2.5 and 4.5, depending on injuries. The Chargers' run game is banged up, Najee and Hampton out, and Tyreek Hill is out for Miami. I lean Chargers, especially if you can grab plus 2.5. Herbert's got more weapons. Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnston, questionable but practicing, and that defense can keep them in it. I don't think this will be high scoring. Probably an ugly under, but beware of a pass-heavy script that could inflate points late. Let's talk Patriots vs. Saints. New England shocked everyone by beating Buffalo 23-20 and looked the best they have in years. The Saints, meanwhile, still stink, even off a win. The spread's sitting near a field goal, which feels low. I like the Patriots minus 3 and Saints team total under. New England's offense finally has rhythm, and I doubt the Saints string 2 wins together. Steelers vs. Browns, total 37.5, and that's low for a reason. 2 elite defenses. The Browns have the number 1 rushing defense, so I'm looking at Jaylen Warren under 50.5 rushing yards. Coming off injury and facing pressure all game. The Browns' travel schedule is rough coming back from overseas, while Pittsburgh is at home off a bye. Definite edge there. I still lean under 37.5 as the main play. Raiders vs. Titans. Raiders minus 4.5, total 41.5. My favorite look here. Ashton Jeanty anytime TD, plus 400 first TD. He's easily the most talented player on the field, and Tennessee's supposed good run defense has been anything but. Every back they've faced, from Michael Carter to Jonathan Taylor, has gone over or come close. Raiders win this one and Jeanty finds the end zone. Packers vs. Bengals. Packers minus 14, total 44.5. I know this sounds crazy, but Bengals plus 1-4 is the look. Joe Flacco's debut gives them a chance to move the ball. Packers run a ton of inside zone, and Cincinnati actually ranks well against that. Flacco's solid versus zone coverage, which Green Bay runs heavy. He's got weapons in Chase, Higgins, and Chase Brown. If you don't want the points, play the over 44.5, since Green Bay can still score big. Buccaneers vs. 49ers, the Injury Bowl. Bucky Irving, Chris Godwin, Brock Purdy, Jawan Jennings, all questionable. Despite that, Tampa keeps finding ways. Baker Mayfield's been fearless. The guy just makes plays. I like Tampa Bay plus 3 and the under 47.5. Too many missing weapons on both sides for a shootout. Finally, Sunday Night Football, Chiefs vs. Lions. Kansas City minus 2.5, total 52. This feels high for 2 solid defenses. The Lions could hit that total themselves. Sure, they've dropped 52 points in a game this season, but I like the under 52.5. Detroit's defense is legit, and they pressure a lot. Exactly what gives Patrick Mahomes trouble, 58.8% vs man, 44.7% vs pressure, 56.3% vs blitz. I'm rolling with Lions moneyline for plus money and the under. Expect a heavy Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery game script. That wraps up the full Sunday slate breakdown for Week 6. Hit that like button, drop your favorite plays in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe us for more picks and predictions.